experience is everything. But you know, sometimes your experience can be a limitation. Have you not been in ministry? I've been in this thing for 20 years. And I know what works. But did it not say, please, with all due respect, I'm about to say something just. Is that okay? Give me permission. Thank you. They said insanity is doing the same thing over and over. It's not me that said it, though. I'm saying they. Don't beat me. I'll tell my mother I do. They said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Some of the churches that have been transplanted from Africa to this country, operating on branch system of ministry. You take the template from back home and think it's going to work. Have you grown mango in this land? The environment and terrain is different. Our message may not change. But I was speaking to one of my peers this morning. I said, when you go into a hospital, sometimes if they want to give you a drug, they will give you a tablet and you put it in your mouth. You know, there's some tablets they won't put in your mouth, they'll put it from the other end. Sometimes they will give you injection. And sometimes they have to cut you open in order for them to apply what they need to do. You can't think everyone is the same. Or every environment is the same. How many of you heard of Apostle Arome? He's done great work and he's doing great work. He said he came to England and he prayed his normal prayer. He said after he prayed, he said the heavens did not shift. The kind of prayer he prayed in Nigeria, he tried to come and pray it in our sophisticated land. I'm sure they thought, it's not England. It's posh, you know? It's liberty. Because you know, we don't have witches in this country, you know? We do. They're just in parliament. They're in schools. They are sophisticated. They are witches. The spirit of divination is at work in this land.
Oh, yes.
He said he prayed and he had to stay longer. What are we doing? In your bid to be relevant, you're saying, you know, the people are walking. So we can't call for them to pray long. Hello? Hi. The same people that you say they can't pray long, people are coming from abroad and doing 6 hours, 12 hours of prayer. And the people you say are too busy to pray are going. Because they are now tired of no results.
Come on now.
In your bid to be relevant, you compromise.
Yeah.
And compromise is causing you to lose power. When it comes to relevance, the first thing you need is power. When you have power, ability to get results. When Reverend Celia speaks to my generation, we listen. Why? She looks like what she's saying. She walks it like she talks it, and she talks it like she walks it. I'll put it on your Bible, please. You're walking like you talk it, you're talking like you walk it. Apostle Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 19, I'm just going to give you scriptures because of my time. He said, to the Jews I became a Jew. To the Gentiles. But you know, although he was changing, and how did he change? To the Jews, he's Saul. Because Saul is his Jewish name. But to the Gentiles, he's Paul. Because Paul is his Roman name. Are you with me? The message doesn't change, but his methodology. He knows what to bring forward in order to connect with the people. At the same time, while he tells us that he becomes all things to all people, that he may save some, he says something in 1 Corinthians 9 from verse 19 to 23. You see that? In 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 22. Actually, let's look at from verse 21. It says, for since in the wisdom of God, the world through wisdom did not know God, it pleased God through the foolishness of the message preached to save those who believe. For Jews request a sign and Greeks seek after wisdom. But we preach Christ. We preach Christ crucified. To the Jews is a stumbling block. And to the Greeks, foolishness. But to those who are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power. Somebody say power.
Power.
Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God.